What's up everybody, Matt Maran here, and tonight Lexus has revealed the all-new next generation 2023 RX, which will be available with 4 different powertrains. There will still be the RX 350 and 350h trims, but they've added a new plug-in hybrid 450h Plus version and a 500h F-Sport Performance version. So the 350s do get a new engine as well, and I'll cover that here in a second, but as of right now, there is no 3-row L version anymore, but it's possible they could add that back in later. But as far as styling goes here for the new one, I think it's a nice evolution from the old car, although the new body colored top of the grille there is a little bit of a departure from past Lexuses. The more dramatic C-pillar also looks pretty cool though, with the floating roof look, and the headlights, taillights, all those look really cool as well. It's on a new platform called GAK that they say offers a low center of gravity and optimal weight distribution while also optimizing material usage. So this allows the RX to be 198 pounds lighter than the previous generation while still being more rigid. The wheelbase is 2.36 inches longer than before, but the rear overhang is shorter by the exact same amount, giving it an identical length to the last RX, but it is definitely different as far as the proportions there because of that wheelbase. Despite these same dimensions though, Lexus has managed to increase rear legroom and rear cargo space still. Speaking of the inside, it gets many of the same components we've seen from the new NX that came out last year, like the 14-inch touchscreen, the partially digital gauges, the steering wheel, shifter, even the E-latch, electronic door handles all seem to be the same as the NX there. So be sure to check out our NX interior review for an in-depth look at all that stuff. But getting back to those 4 powertrains though, it's an impressive lineup. It starts with the 350 version, which is offered in either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and swaps the old V6 for a new 2.4-liter turbo 4-cylinder. It was also introduced in the NX last year, and this is part of Toyota and Lexus's swapping out the V6 for this motor and a bunch of stuff. The Highlander just had the same change here for 2023. And so anyway, here in the RX, it'll do 275 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque, which is a good bit less horsepower than the old V6, but also a lot more torque than that old V6, which should provide a punchier feel around town at those lower RPMs. Lexus is quoting a 7.2 second 0 to 60 time for the all-wheel drive version of the 350. It also does slightly better fuel economy, with Lexus quoting 24 mpg combined, which is better than the 22 to 23 the old 350s got. It still runs an 8-speed automatic too. And then moving on to the 350h, it actually gets a huge decrease in power compared to the old 450h, also dropping its V6, but instead replacing it with essentially the same system as the Toyota Highlander hybrid, running a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with an electronic rear motor there for the all-wheel drive setup, along with a CVT transmission. It now does just 246 horsepower and 233 pound-feet of torque, which is much less than the 308 horsepower of that old 450h. So surprisingly though, it still does a 0 to 60 time. It's just 0.2 seconds slower than that turbo motor, doing a 7.4 seconds 0 to 60. And again, in real world driving, especially at lower speeds, that electric motor should help it to feel reasonably punchy, especially off the line. The smaller engine really does help fuel economy as well, with Lexus claiming 33 mpg combined now, which is 3 better than that old 450h version. And then Lexus is not providing any specs currently for the new 450h Plus plug-in hybrid version, but I'm assuming it'll be pretty similar to the setup that the NX 450h Plus has, which would mean the same 4-cylinder that's naturally aspirated but with more powerful electric motors for about 300 horsepower and about 30-something miles of electric range. And then lastly, there's the new top 500h F-Sport Performance version. So it pairs the 2.4-liter turbo 4-cylinder with electric motors in the front and a stronger E-axle rear electric motor for totals of 367 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque, along with a 5.9 second 0 to 60. Interestingly, that one actually runs a 6-speed automatic, which I'm kind of surprised about, but yeah, that's what they decided to go with. And also, it's just a regular hybrid instead of being a plug-in. It would have been cool to see an evolution of the plug-in hybrid thing you see with the 450h, and instead, bump it up and have those stronger electric motors and actually have some electric range, but it seems like this is just a regular hybrid. But it does get the more advanced Direct 4 all-wheel drive system for sportier performance, which is the same branding they do use on like the new RZ RZ with its all-wheel drive system in that electric Lexus. But anyway, backing up that extra power is a set of bigger 6-piston brake calipers and unique 21-inch wheels. That one will also be getting 26 mpg combined, which is better than the non-hybrid 2.4 turbos. So, even though you have the extra performance, you do have better fuel economy, again, thanks to that hybrid component there. And then lastly, all 2023 RXs get the Lexus Safety System Plus 3.0 system, which includes all-speed adaptive cruise control, lane departure alert with steering assist, along with the usual stuff like automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring. An advanced park system is also available now for the first time on the RX and can do automatic parallel parking. Pricing hasn't been given yet for these, but Lexus says the 2023 RX is expected to go on sale at the end of 2022. So anyway, that's the 2023 RX. Overall, I'm excited to see the plug-in hybrid version, and it's awesome they've taken it to the next level as far as the hybrid component goes with the turbo motor there. And I'm excited to try it out later this year, so be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. And let me know what you think about the 2023 RX in the comments below. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.